दाता सबसे महान। Hi guys, this is Ella from Ella's Ancient Ways Tarot. This video is for Taurus, of course, for August 2020 and everything that's coming during August. And this message is for the collective, or from the collective I should say, for Taurus and for everyone in the planet, on the planet. And just wanted to make sure to share with you guys what's coming, so that you can, you know, decide and make your decisions accordingly, in reference to what you think is right for you and what you think that you need to do to maybe shift or change things around, so that you can have a good month to come. I always start my readings by reading what the collective has information-wise and message-wise for us, all astrological signs, okay? So let me see, because I just finished doing 2 other videos, so I want to make sure that I don't get ahead of myself. And also, I just want to make sure I mention everything. So we all know, and I just have this mantra in the background because I think it's so beautiful, and hopefully it's not overpowering, because someone just told me on another video, on the Libra video, that it was too overpowering. When I have it on, it's meant to be, when I'm talking, you should be able to hear me. I don't want it to be over my voice, but at the same time, I want you to get the gist of it, the energy, you know. This one, it's very soft and very gentle, if you can hear it. Actually, it's in Telugu, and I don't even understand it. It's my husband's language, but nonetheless, I just feel like it called to me. It was very peaceful. I've never heard this mantra before. And it's meant to give off peace to anybody that's listening. So, I'm putting it lower so that you can hear my voice, okay? So, in case it does feel like it's overpowering, we can lower it a little bit more. And so what we're talking about here for the beginning of August is from the 1st through the 4th, we've had a full moon on the 1st, and it was in Aquarius, okay? And it's squared with Uranus. And what that means is that the first, you know, few days up to the 4th and the 5th of the month are going to be good days for networking, for dating someone, for finding someone to date, for how we work with others in general, right? At home as well as at work. But the other thing to keep in mind, since this is for the sign of Taurus, this reading, is that Uranus is also coming into the picture, and Uranus doesn't like Taurus. You guys are just like mortal enemies. You don't get along, because Uranus comes in to make change, to bring change. And Taurus, you don't like to change because you're a fixed sign. So it's very hard for you to make change, even when you know that change is needed, or even if you know it's the right thing to do, you still fight it. So because of that, you're going to have a really hard time during August. Right around the 4th, we're having an even bigger trine. At this point, Jupiter comes into the picture on the 4th, which is today. I'm filming on the 4th here in America. And then on the 13th, Pluto comes into play. And Pluto also is coming in as and it's squaring with Jupiter as well as Mars. And then on the 24th of this month, we have yet another planet coming in, which is Saturn. And so all of these form squares. Now, I'm not an astrologer, but I hear and understand enough to know that all of these planets are warring against each other, pushing and shoving against each other, and causing a lot of chaos. They've been causing a lot of chaos for a lot of people. Now, namely Taurus, Capricorn, Aquarius have been having a really hard time the last 6 months. We've all been having a hard time as a planet and all astrological signs, but for some reason, maybe it's your sun, your moon, or your, like they say, your moon or your rising or whatever planet that you have that is opposing all of what's been trining all of the past, 6-7 months now. So if you got through all of those 7 months, Taurus, and you still have your mate, and you're still with your mate, and you fought to keep your mate, whether that's your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your lover, your family, whatever it is that was so important to you to keep, then congratulations. And if you didn't, then, you have till December to make this choice. But that's it. After December, it's gone. It's no more. And your mate will possibly move on because you've moved on from them and you're not making the effort to show them that you're willing to grow with them. Okay? And that this is a time of growth. So that's all happening very quickly, and this month is going to go super fast. So please keep that in mind, that all of this is advice. It's nothing that I'm telling you that you need to listen to me. It's actually what the astrologers are telling you, and then I'll put my portion in reading part after I give you all this news. So again, 3 planets are going to be squaring Mars, which is Jupiter on the 4th, which is today. And on the 13th, we're going to have Pluto. Okay? And then after Pluto, on the 13th, we're going to have Saturn, which is on the 24th. So those are all squares. And then we have Aries in the mix. So Aries is a very vocal sign to begin with. So Aries has a lot to do with speech and with talking and with not thinking and with giving too much information and giving their opinions, And so we've got to be very careful with that, the way that we word things. We've got to be careful with the way that we come across, because even if we're not saying it in the way that people take it, it may come across in a way that they're not going to like. So be careful with that. They're telling me to tell you Mars is an angry planet. It's called the red planet for a reason. There can be a lot of coldness in relationships. There can be a lot of conflict. So when especially Mars and Saturn square on the 13th, it's going to be a very, very, very intense time in a negative way. So you're going to have to be strong enough to push forward and say, yes, I am. Yes, I can. I can do this. No matter what comes, I can do this. And I'm sorry for the background noise. My babies, they're only 3 months old. They're kittens, and they're playing with stuff. Pluto is also coming into the picture. Pluto brings along with it, remember what I said on the 13th, a lot of resentment, holding grudges, being angry for no reason, for no real reason, okay? Just because it's just, opposing a red hot planet that's already angry when it comes in to begin with. Just think about it as the 13-year-old that's always brooding, okay? Proceed with caution. Be careful with restrictive patterns, with restricting yourself to, no, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or no, that's not good enough for me. You have to be very careful with the way that you think right now, Taurus, because seems like you're holding out for something better around the corner, and that something better may have already happened, and you just are not seeing the forest for the trees. So you need to make sure that if this is something that you do want to salvage, your relationship in general, then you need to go back and figure out what happened, what broke, and fix it. Mars right now is not going to help. It's not going to help you with a relationship. It's not going to help you with any relationships. And you're even going to possibly be angry with yourself because, again, Uranus also is coming in this month. And Uranus and your sign do not get along because Uranus is here to help us move along. And Taurus does not like to move along. It's a fixed sign. Which, layman terms, if you guys are not familiar with signs, Taurus is not a movable sign. And it's the sign of a bull. Ever try to get a bull to do something that you want it to do? It's not going to happen unless that bull wants to do it. So here comes this bull and here comes this planet going, come on, let's go. And Taurus is like, nope. But come on, we need to. Nope. But it's good for you. Nope, don't want it. So it's going to be your choice. But I've told all of the signs this, and I have to pass on the same type of material, the same type of information the collective God Goddess gives me to all the signs, which is you do the work, you don't do the work. It's your choice. You do the work, you've already done the work, then I'm not talking to you, and you're doing marvelous, and I'm so grateful that you made the effort to grow with your mate and to grow past all the issues that you were having with your mates. And again, here in America, mates are not friends. Mates are husband, wife, live-in girlfriend, live-in boyfriend, you know, serious relationships. That's what we're talking about. But if you didn't, then you still have time, but you have a lot of catching up to do. That's why in your last video, I told you had to stop blaming the dog for eating your homework. Stop saying that your dog or your cat did something to your homework. You need to do the work. That's the end of story. And that's for every sign, not just yours. So with that said, Mars is going to be very vocal, and it's going to be very much wanting to war with Leo. And we are in the sign of Leo right now. And so we have to be very conservative and very careful with our words, choose our words. Our issues should have a, you know, voice, but pick your battles. Don't make everything into a fight or everything into a quien puede más, who is strongest, you know, who can more, who has more power. It's not about that power struggle. It's about trying to get together and trying to ensure that you get your point across. Pardon me. That you get your point across in a constructive way, not in an ugly way, and not in a hurtful way, okay? And vice versa with people talking to you. Don't buy into their explosive behavior. Venus comes into Cancer around the 7th and the 8th, and it can bring on some beautiful emotions at that time for that small time period. And it can ask you these things. What do you want? It can ask you, what do you value and what do you need? So what do you want? You know, what do you want out of life? What do you want to become? Who are you? Who have you become? You know, what's important to you is like, you know, what do you value? Is money all you value? Is luxuries all you value? Is properties all you value? Or do you value simple things in life like a hug, somebody saying I love you and really meaning it, somebody being behind you, you know, being good to you, someone actually reaching out to you and actually trying to be there for you? Do you value those things, or do you value more of, you know, materialistic things? So that's what it's asking you. What do you need? Where do you need growth in your life? What do you need? Do you need people to tell you what to do all the time, or can you think for yourself? Do you need, you know, support in a certain way? And let's say if it's from your mate, well, then you need to be able to be strong enough to talk to your mate, get out of your shell, and actually express yourself, because Taurus people in general are the types that they don't speak about what they're feeling. They hold their feelings inside way too much, and that's very dangerous, because you expect people to be able to read your minds, and they cannot read your minds. I myself don't read minds. I read energy. So if you come and have a reading with me, for example, I read your energy. I don't read minds. So if you're playing guessing games or expecting your mate that you've broken, you know, apart from, or you know, granted, wanted some time away from to think things through, and you expect that your mate is going to somehow tap into you and be able to guess every single thing, it's not going to be that way. You need to communicate. Right now, this month is going to be harder to communicate, Taurus, and that's understandable, because right now Uranus is trying to make you to do things, and you're resisting, and it's trying to push you, you know, forward for your own good, and you're like, no, I don't want to. So you don't have to graduate. You don't have to go along with everybody else. But I'm here to tell you, as I've told the other signs, we only have 5 months. After those 5 months in December, things are going to change drastically for the better. But these 5 months that are coming, if you thought that the last 6, 7 months were bad, things are still going to be bad. COVID is still here, for one. The other thing is that the planets are going to be more and more intense. The times are going to be more and more intense. And the other thing is that everybody is being given a chance to level up. Not just people like myself that can read, that can see, you know, things in cards or be clairvoyant. Everybody right now is psychically aware, because the veil is very thin. So everybody is being given a chance to level up, to release their karma as much as possible, to remove as much karma as possible. This year, Taurus, Capricorn, Aquarius have made, even a little bit Scorpio, have made more karma than the karma they were releasing, because they've been the most resistant signs to change. And so that's a very dangerous thing, because right now, whatever you're wanting, you're manifesting very quickly, good or bad. And so you have to really think things through, what you want to manifest in this lifetime, because if not, what's going to happen is you're going to end up with something you don't want, or a mixture of things that you're like, how the heck did this happen? Well, you're manifesting it through your indecision. You're manifesting it through your wishy-washy. You're manifesting it because you want this, you don't want it. I want this, I don't want it. I want this, I don't. The universe is only mirroring what you're asking for. So keep that in mind, okay? But there is good possibilities if you decide to do the homework, okay? Next thing to talk about is restrictive patterns, holding grudges. We are also talking about, Chiron. Chiron is coming into Leo. The planet Chiron, which is the wounded healer, is coming in conjunction with Leo on the 8th through the 9th of August. And Chiron is called the wounded healer. And it's because it's coming here to teach you something. What do you need to heal from? What is it that's hurting or harming you? What is it that you need to learn, get over, get through at this time of your life? What is it that you need to change? What is it that's not working that you thought was working? Maybe you thought you were doing it correctly, or maybe you thought that when you first started doing it a certain way, that it was going to work out that way, and then it didn't work out the way you thought, because you made choices that were not the best choices for yourself, your mate, for everybody involved around you. Somehow these choices just backfired on you. They backfired on you. Instead of learning something from them, you've gone, you guys, I love you to pieces, but you guys have been the hardest hit as far as the way the alignments had been these last 7 months. But then you're still stuck in the stubborn pride of, I don't want to move forward. And you don't have to move forward. I'm not your boss. God is. But even God is giving you free will not to level up. Now, if you level up, you decide to level up, things will be much easier. You're going with the tide. You're going with Uranus, allowing it to move you. Even if it's slow, you want to move slow with Uranus, you just go as slow as you want to, but just move is all I'm asking of you for your own good. Just move. Just keep moving. Just keep going with the flow. That way good things can come to you guys. But if you decide that, no, I'm not going anywhere, you can't make me, guess what? Then you're going to be stuck. You're going to be one of the people on the planet that's not going to get your boon. It's not going to get your gift, because you're not willing to work with the energy. You're so angry yourself, because maybe things didn't work out the way you thought they should work out, that you're not willing to work with the energy. Now, for those of you that have moved past and you are with your mates and everything worked out in the end, congratulations. You've made it through the halfway part. You've made it through midterms, and you're doing a great job. Excuse me, that was a fly. So I'm not talking to you. I'm congratulating you, because you guys, between yourself and the cross watchers that are watching, you guys have done a fantastic job, and I'm so excited for you, and I'm happy for you, because that means that you're allowing Uranus to move you along. You're allowing the planets, you know, to go with the planets. So you're a very balanced Taurus. And that means that no matter what, you've been resilient. No matter what, you've listened. No matter what, you've gone with the flow. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to the Taurus that won't move. The Taurus that will refuses to go with the flow of the energy. And so it's going to make it that much harder, because you're going to feel like you're running through sand. You're going to feel like you're running through the mud in boots that are heavy, and that you have cement even on your feet. Why? Because you're not going with the flow. You're resisting. Okay. So let's see. So Chiron again is here to show you something, and it's also asking, what can you do to help others, and what can others do to help you? In other words, what experience do you have in life that maybe you can lend to someone else, so that you can be supportive to them, so that you can offer your truths or your wisdoms, and what can other people's wisdoms show you, you know, if you actually want to listen to them. Okay. Now it's talking about, I'm going to tell you a saying that Sadhguru, which is the person I've been following a lot. He's a guru. He's a mystic from India. And I really love this man. As far as I'm concerned, you know, 98% of the time I agree with him. And so this is what Sadhguru states. If you are all by yourself, and you're still miserable, you're still in misery, you have nobody to blame but yourself. Because you went and you got rid of your wife or your husband. You got rid of your, you know, girlfriend or your boyfriend that you were with all this time. You know, blamed them, or maybe you felt that they were the problem, so you got rid of them. You distanced yourself. They were making you sick, or they were making you feel angry all the time, supposedly. But you're still angry, or you're still miserable, or you're still going through. Then what his opinion is as a guru is it's a you thing. So that's why we're asking of you to move forward with the energy. Move with the energy. Flow like a dancer with the energy. Flow like the cobra with the energy. If you're fighting the energy, then yeah, you're going to get the resistance. But if you're going with the flow, then you're going to see that things start moving forward for you. Things start working out, panning out better for you in general in life. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to pass on the message, okay? All right, let's see. Do not allow Pluto to win the war, it says. Choose your battles, you know, don't be making, you know, battles all over the place just because somebody says something you don't like or whatever. Go with the flow, you know, let those people be the ones that battle. Let them be the ones that have the bad feelings or the ones that start issues. Virgo is also, the end of Leo going into Virgo is a better time for emotions. However, Mercury is still going to be there in Virgo. So the emotions will be sweeter, but they won't be as placid or as calm as they should be, right? August is going to be very tumultuous. That I can tell you. But it's going to go by very fast. So that's the plus out of all of this experience. Through the 7th and the 8th of August, Venus moves into Cancer. And so a lot of the emotions are going to come to the surface, and you're going to feel overwhelmed sometimes. Sometimes you're going to remember sweet memories. Sometimes you're going to have bittersweet memories because you're going to have a lot of regrets. Just go with your energies and just, you know, meditate a lot. Releasing through meditation is a good thing for you. On the 7th and the 8th, also, we have a, we're going to be talking about the Capricorn moon. We had a Capricorn moon that was actually very heavy. It came with a lot of heavy energy, and that's why Chiron is helping to heal that that energy. It's coming as a teacher. It's coming to show us something. And it's also talking about, you know, Mercury plus Venus plus Mars. Everything was so intense. Either you loved very intensely at the beginning of August, or you hated very intensely at the beginning of August. And so that's not a good situation on the hate side, because that's very unbalanced. And so you need to be more balanced, okay? Also to remember, or what to remember, is Mars. Mars is coming in with very intense energy, and it's also affecting people who have chronic illnesses. It's affecting people that have chronic illnesses, that have hypertension, that have diabetes, or even that have mental health disorders. It's coming very, very heavy. So please keep that in mind, that some of the emotions may not be your emotions. Some of the feelings may not be your feelings. You may just be feeling overwhelmed because of the way the planets are aligned. And you need to keep that in mind, to keep that in perspective. They're telling you to slow down. And they're not just giving this to you. They've given this same message to every single sign. The collective, God, Goddess, I am, the great engineer, whatever you want to call Jesus, whatever, Buddha, whatever you want to call them. They're telling us to slow down mentally, to where we're not argumentative, to where we can think in a more clear manner and calm down. And I also wanted to point out that Rick Levine, which is a really great astrologer, had put his video out in reference to this heaviness and this heavy, intense feeling on the 1st of August. And I put my video out for the collective on July the 31st. And so his interpretation is matching my interpretation of what's going on right now, planetary wise. And it was saying exact same thing, as far as that the energy is very hard and harsh, and that we need to be wise, and we need to use our words and be careful. Slowing down and gaining your bearings is the best thing to do, okay? Again, very heavy Capricorn moon came in with Chiron. It's also talking to people like myself. So here is where I interject my little piece of advice, or not even advice, but just maybe my, for lack of a better word, advertising here. So I'm talking to the light workers that do what I do, or similar, you know, gifts that like I have. And especially if you're an indigo, you're being told that there's no more resting on your laurels. Even if you're not a late baby boomer like I am, I'm the tail end baby boomers. And what they're talking about is that we can no longer rest on our laurels. If we're here and we're working with the general public, great. That means we're at least giving, you know, our energy somewhere. And if we're not using our gifts, if we're not giving energy any which way by prayer, meditation, sending it out with intent for the positive, then we cannot just rely on, the crystals. We can't just rely on the star children. Why? I'm telling you this because although they came activated and we have to do a lot of hard work to get where we are, we're still needed. We're still the way through. We're still the facilitators, and we still have a lot to teach. Just because they came activated does not mean that they know how to do everything on their own. So you still need to guide them. And definitely, because we've been here longer, we've been used to this energy, this earth energy, a lot longer. And so our energy is larger, is stronger, because we know how to manage the earth. We've lived here longer in this incarnation. So we are asked at this time to put out your energies in a positive way, to use your energies in a positive way, whether it's just your block that you want to protect, or whether you want to send it out planetary wise. Whatever it is, you need to start doing that, because that's what we came here to do. We came here to help others, to learn. We came here to awaken others. And if we're not doing that, then we're not doing our job, and we're just sitting and waiting until we're sent home. And we're not done. We're not done. Even if you're 90 years old, please send out your energy. Please send out your intent in a beautiful way. Be the light. Be that conduit that you were supposed to be when you incarnated. And if you don't know what to do, please email me, or please just make the comment. I read my comments. You know, it is still a small channel. We're still a baby channel, and I'm able to read your comments and to, you know, give you feedback. And if you don't know what to do, I'm happy to guide you. We need to step up. We need to step up because the planet needs us. It's imploding, and it needs us right now. There is a change that needs to happen, but it needs to happen in a positive way, not in the ways that we see everybody warring, everybody fighting. If you thought that it was the riots were bad, it's only going to get worse, because this month we actually have Mars warring. Please take that into consideration, that it's been hard being an indigo. It's been hard learning how to do everything on our own. It's been hard incarnating without a manual. And then all of a sudden, the crystals and the star children, they came and they sent them in here, and they can do everything that we can do, and they didn't have to do any hard work. But at the same time, we have to know that all these years we've been here in this incarnation, we've gained wisdom, we've gained a lot of life experience that they don't have yet. So we're still here, and we still need to be a guide. Okay, so going back to this reading, going back to what the collective is telling us, it's also telling us that Pluto is coming in. Pluto is coming in to show us who our enemies are. And it's also telling us we can go forward or we can go backwards. Going backwards, I wouldn't recommend, because then that means your third eye is closed, you're asleep, you're sheeple. Third eye is fully open. Start manifesting. You make your way through life easier in this earthly incarnation, and you start obtaining what you really want. So spirituality and intelligence, wisdom, experience all comes together. Okay, telling us that Mercury and Venus, there's something that's unexpected and exciting that's coming news-wise, and it's going to give a burst of energy. So that's what we're being told. And the last portion of this particular message, which is taken over 30 minutes, and I'm sorry, but they really needed this message to go out, is that we are being forced to rebirth. Call it growing pains. Think back to your adolescent time, when you could even feel your bones stretching and your body changing. But they're telling us 5 months, 5 more months of intense energies, and January clears. Isn't that better than 9 months of gestation that a human has to wait to be birthed? So 5 more months, we can do it all together. I'm here to help you to get through this. You can take my advice, you can leave my advice, you can throw it by the wayside. I'm just the conduit. I'm just the vessel. I'm not the one giving you the advice. They are. And they're telling you that you need to elevate. You need to go forward. This is something that I've had for so long, and it's the truth, and I've had it for 10 years at least. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. And that's the truth. It's hard, it's scary when you don't know what to do. When you know that something needs to happen, but you don't know how to do it, or you don't know which way to go, or you feel like spirit is maybe leading you, but you're unsure. You're unsure where it's leading you. Or maybe there's so many people telling you what to do that you can't even hear your own common sense or your own voice anymore. Or maybe you're so clouded that you think you're going crazy because of all these energies that are so intense. All these things are possibilities right now. I literally have had people come into the shop that I work at now in the evenings, and they think they're losing their minds because the intensity of all of this energy is so overwhelming. And you're not going crazy. It's a shift. The planet is shifting. It's time. We're no more in 3D. We're no more in 4D. We're in 5 at the very least. But if you're in 3D and you're not wanting to go to 4 and you definitely are not in 5, yipes, you definitely are the ones that I was talking about that are going to go through summer school, if you even want to go to summer school to be able to level up. If you decide you don't even want to go to summer school, Taurus, then guess what? You don't get to level up. You don't get to level up. God is demanding this. Now, again, you have your free will not to level up, but then you can't complain if things don't go right, if things don't go well, because you had your chance. You've been told numerous times, at least by me, and I know by other astrologers and readers, Taurus, wake up. Taurus, you need to. Taurus this, Taurus that. Taurus, we're counting on you. Taurus, we're behind you, Taurus. I'm your cheerleader. I'm your champion, Taurus. I know you can do this, Taurus. Still refuse, then we can't do anything with that. But for those of you that decide you want to level up, I will be here for the next 5 months making sure you get your messages, especially for Taurus, because Taurus is having a difficult time comprehending that it's not them, that it's the energy that is forcing them to not only deal with what's in front of them, what's real, what's not real, what do they want, what do they not want, what part is them and what part is not them. They're thinking that their mind is just like... So I feel bad for you guys. I really do have empathy for you. Not sympathy, not pity. I have empathy for you because you literally feel like you're going crazy. Let's see what the cards say. I'm only doing 10 cards for each of the signs. I'm not doing any more than that. Indolence. Jesus. So we have the 8 of Cups. And they're using the word indolence. Indolence is not a pretty word. You know, I think it's along the line of indolence and insolence. Let's take a look at what they say about this card, because I just got this deck and I can't believe that came out like that. But I know what insolence means, and it's not a very good thing. So let's check this out. Indolence. Hod in the suit of water. Saturn in Pisces. Did we not just talk about Saturn? And we just got out of Pisces as well. The lotuses droop. They droop. The cups are shallow and old and are arranged in 3 rows. The upper row is empty. So it's lack. It's lack. It's like, if I have to look at this as the mind, then the mind is not flowing because there's nothing in the top. So the brain is having a hard time. The mind part of the brain is having a hard time allowing energy, allowing thought to flow properly. If I have to look at this as money, money's not flowing properly. It's becoming less and less. If I have to look at this as love, then love is not flowing properly, because even if love is flowing on the bottom portion, the middle to the bottom portion, it's not reaching the top, which means that you don't want to think about love. That's the very first card that came out. And by the way, this is the Thoth deck. I just opened it today. This is Aleister Crowley type of deck that's been fashioned after Aleister Crowley. And if you know anything about Aleister Crowley, he was magnificent, but then he went to the dark side and never came back. But very strong magician. Queen of Wands is very, very strong in your reading, Taurus. So somebody who's the Queen of Wands is very, very important to you right now. Okay? And if it's not a woman, then it is significant of a lot of change and a lot of messages coming your way. Okay? A lot of messages coming your way. So you'll be hearing a lot of messages. Your fortune, the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a good card to have for Taurus, for people in general. This means that your fortune is changing. Maybe you get an inheritance of some sort. Maybe you get a job, a good job offer of some sort. Whatever it is, your fortunes are changing. Don't rest on your laurels and don't spend all your money. The Star card. The Star card. So the Star card is a lot of good luck. So good fortune is smiling on you right now, Taurus. That's a good thing because you had been like things hadn't been flowing for you for being an earth sign. Things had not been flowing for you regularly. So your fortunes are about to change. That's a good thing. But they are asking you to be careful, be prudent with your money. Be careful with your money. Don't overdo spending or going overboard with maybe gift giving or anything of that nature. Peace. You don't have any peace. So your fortunes as far as money may be concerned are changing for the positive, but you don't seem to have any peace. You can't seem to, you vacillate between, yes, I want this, no, I don't want this. Yes, I want this, no, I don't want this. I don't want this. Yes, I do want this. So you have to make up your mind because, like I said, if it's in love, they're not going to wait around forever. If it's a job or if it's a family issue, you need to figure that out because it's not going to change itself. That's still resistant energy on the mind, okay? Completion. So right now you are having some kind of completion of maybe something that you've been wishing for. Maybe it's a cyclical finishing, something that you needed to go through. Maybe it's karma that needed to be burned off and it's finally coming to a fruition and completion so I can close that chapter out and new and positive things can come for you. The Ace of Cups, the biggest cup in reference to love. So love starts flowing for you again and look how it's spiraling up instead of coming down only. That means to me that your mind towards the end of August starts opening up again and love starts becoming more important to you again the way it was before. That's nice. I'm glad to know that for you because it's been a very, very hard 7 months for you. Abundance flows. When you allow love to flow, abundance flows. Isn't that lovely? Now look to see how every single cup is being filled. So do you see and understand that when you start letting the energy move you, you move with the energy, even if it's slow. But you don't do this. No, I'm not going. No, I'm not going. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Then things start changing for you for the positive. And then the world is your oyster, the universe card. Whatever you want, you will manifest fast. So August will be good for you if you're good to yourself. If you start becoming more solid, more grounded, I really think that things will change for you in the positive. And that's my prayer for you, is that you will give it a chance. Give yourself the opportunity to change. And listen, whoever it is that was in your life, if it was them that needed to change, that's why I allow my cross watchers. I don't ever say don't come into my channel and don't be cross watching because this is not for you. I never say that and I never think that because My philosophy is if you come into this channel and you're able to obtain something that's going to help your relationship to heal as a cross watcher, and maybe you did something wrong, or you can help your Taurus, and that's with any sign. If you can help the other sign to balance out, or you know what you did wrong and you can fix it so you can have a beautiful life again and balanced life again, I'm all for it. I'm all for love and happiness, joy, peace, unity. So I don't mind at all. Now, what I mean by leveling up, in my lifetime, I've leveled up many, many, many times. And I wanted to show y'all what I mean by leveling up. So I'm going to play this for you. Please bear with me, okay? I'll explain in the end. Let's see if I can show you here.
There can be only one.
So I stopped the video here because that's the main scene, the last scene, as far as McLeod, what he goes through, what's called the quickening. And that's the last part of the movie, The Highlander, the original movie. And leveling up is equivalent to quickening, to the quickening. And some of us may feel that kind of intensity when we level up. If you can shatter a glass, a crystal glass, with singing either a high soprano voice or a high tenor voice, you think you can't shatter glass like that if you had that powerful of an awakening? That's why your mind is very, very erratic, and it's not allowing you to think straight. It's not allowing you to feel comfortable within your body, within your mind, your spirit. It's not aligned. For those of you that believe in Reiki and chakra rebalancing in the meridians, I would recommend highly that you get a chakra rebalancing, Reiki rebalancing, because meridian rebalancing, because you're totally out of balance right now with great reason. I mean, out of all of the signs, your sign, God, Goddess, Spirit, the great I am, has been trying to give you that quickening. And it's been for you, it's been done for you in such an intense way that you felt it to your core, to where you don't even know who you are anymore. You've changed completely, like as if you were a totally different person incarnated into this avatar that we call a body. So because of that reason, I don't judge. I'm here as a guide to tell you it's okay. It's going to be okay. You, out of all of the signs, have had the most intense quickening. And so you don't know what's right or wrong. You went from day to night and you don't know what's happened to you, and you're thinking that you're going crazy. You're not going crazy. It's called the quickening. It really literally is called leveling up in our terminology, the people that are metaphysical. And we experienced it all the time. So to us, it's nothing. It is something. Please, let me take that back. Let me reword that. It is something because we either feel really extremely tired, run down after it happens. We have headaches. We have body aches. We can have fevers. We can have something that looks like a heart attack. Or we can feel this extreme enormous energy like, woo, let's go run a marathon for 3 days straight. Or we talk like the Energizer Bunny. And people are looking at us like, calm down, ADD, calm down. Some of us, we can have, we are given more and more gifts, more and more power to our gifts. That's normal. But for someone who has maybe never experienced it and then all of a sudden experiences like that, that's intense, crazy, woo-woo feeling like, oh shit, what just happened to me? Or am I going crazy? Did I make a lot of mistakes in my life? Who am I? What did I do? What am I supposed to be doing? It's your karma all trying to being gotten rid of all at once. It's the quickening all at once. It's the leveling up. It's the intensity of the energy that you're feeling, especially my Taurus. And you've been hit the hardest. That's why I try to make these videos. I try to include you as many times as I can in the videos, because those of you that have gone with that energy are doing swimmingly, marvelously, and I'm so proud of you. For my Taurus that are still dragging and still don't know, still are lost, all I can tell you as a guide is if you go with the energy, it's going to get easier. If you keep fighting it, you're going to lose yourself completely, and you may even have to go to a doctor and have to have them examine you and give you medication and maybe have some counseling to get you back on track. But if you go with the flow, maybe go to a Reiki master or whatever religion you believe in and ask them to give you a cleansing. Ask them to pray over your body, your spirit to be aligned again. I think you're going to be okay. If you do meditation, if you do yoga, if you go to temple, whatever it is that you have to do to help yourself to realign and to go with the flow, because, it's so beautiful when you really realize what's happening to you, when you finally realize I'm not going crazy. God, Goddess has just given me this enormous gift, and now I see more. And then you start discerning and start learning how to use it, learning how to use that gift more and more. It's so wonderful. It's so wonderful if you let it be wonderful. So that's why I'm making this video at this time, and also to tell you, you're going to have a hard time if you don't try to level up at this point, because it's already broken up relationships. This horrible energy that came in, it brought in a pandemic, which did a lot of damage and brought a lot of fear. But now it's also divided a lot of relationships, a lot of marriages that can still be healed. But you only have till December to heal them. After that, they're gone, and that person will move on to somebody else and won't think about you anymore because you're the one that pushed them away. So with that said, other things to tell my Taurus. My Taurus, you need to just keep in mind that there's, positive changes and there's negative changes coming in the next 5 months. The positive changes is that if you do decide to move with the energy, flow with the energy like water, even if it's at a slow pace, at your own pace, and not letting other people make your decisions for you, just deciding on your own to move gently forward, you're going to feel so much better in your body and in your mind and your spirit. You're going to feel more connected. Ground yourself, walk on the grass, take your shoes off, walk on the grass. I know this sounds crazy. Hug a tree. Trees can ground you. because they're deeply rooted into the earth and they have so much beautiful energy. And look, just think about all the beautiful oxygen, you know, that they allow for us to take in, right, from them. You know, if you can get to someone or a temple or a church or someone like myself that can cleanse you or balance you, and you really want to grow, you know, do that for yourself, because in the end, you got to love yourself as much as you love somebody else, and you can't love anybody until you love yourself. And I had to learn this the hard way. This was my aha moment. This was my awakening this time around. Was a harsh reality that I'm a Libra, so I give, and I never take. I never expect, you know, things in return except whatever I give out in sincerity. I expect that person to be sincere back. And so, you know, I had to learn that as much as I want for somebody else, like, you know, my YouTube family, I need to want for myself. I need to love myself, and I need to desire to be safe and to be comfortable and to be loved just like everyone else. So why I'm saying all of this is because it's been a very hard life. It's been a very hard challenge for you guys for the last 7 months. And it is going to get more intense because the energies are just going to get stronger and stronger. And that's why they're allowing us to level up, so that we match that energy. The earth is changing. Gaia is changing. So along with that, 5G, well, we're also 5G because they're wanting us to level up too. The cone of power. That's why I keep saying, I point like a unicorn to my forehead. That spiral cone. Let it open. Let it flow. For those of you that are lost also, and you're throughout the world, maybe not just in San Antonio, the person I keep speaking about, his name is Sadhguru. He is building an ashram in, I think, Tennessee, and he's got one in India. And he literally said, if you feel like you are lost and you don't know where to go, he has given permission to be at the ashram for 21 days to get, you know, more clarity. He'll feed you. He'll allow you to sleep there. You have sleeping quarters there. And he will allow for you to come in, and so that you know, because he doesn't want people losing their minds. I don't want people losing their minds. It's not worth that. Everything is going to come into balance. It's all going to make sense soon. You just have to go with that energy, because when you're, and also think about yourself as a swimmer, Taurus. You're swimming, you're using your arms, pedaling your legs. I bet you're tired. I bet you're exhausted by now. So just get on your back and float. Go with the energy so that things can get better for you. I really do wish you well. I love you all, my YouTube family. And I pray for you daily. And this energy has been hard for you. It's been hard on you. And I wish you well. You know, I just sometimes it's just really hard. It's really hard. I'm gonna play something for you, and hopefully this helps. And I apologize if it's really loud. Let me see. Well, actually, it's very low. So let me fix that. I want to leave you with this because I hope it helps you. I hope it helps in some way. Please know that you're loved, that someone in the world loves you guys and prays for you all and wants only the best for you. Okay? May you live in peace. May you have peace. May your heart be blessed. May your mind be clear. May nothing but good and positive things follow you for the rest of your life.
विनंती माझी पंढरीनाथ असो नसो भावालो
Accept the blessings that are coming. Accept the downloads. Think about yourself as a great computer that's receiving all these beautiful downloads that God, Goddess is trying to impart with you. They're strong energies, but you can do it. You can hold that energy.
तुकाह्माने देवा माझी वेडी वाकुडी नामे भव पास हाती आपुल्या तोडी उठा पांडुरंगा प्रभात समयोपातला वैष्णवांचा मेळा गरुडा पारिदातला.
Many blessings to you. Much love, much light. This is Ella from Ella's Ancient Ways Tarot. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to my 1,000. If I can touch more lives, then I can spread the word from God, Goddess, and I can help others. So please, by sharing, by subscribing, you help me to share with others. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. May you be blessed, and I hope that August doesn't treat you bad. I hope that beautiful things come your way. Bye, y'all.